Welcome to WagerTalk TV, everyone. Minty Bets here, joined by Brian Leonard at The Leonard Sports on Twitter and Tony Finn at WagerTalk on Twitter. We're talking some college football this Saturday, October 17th, the morning game as we know it here on the West Coast. We've got the number 15 Auburn, favorite of 3.5 points at South Carolina. The total is set at 51.5. Ooh, this game is going to be kind of unexciting, I feel like. Let's start with you, Brian. But before we get into your analysis, can you tell us, please, what you have up at WagerTalk right now?
Yeah, right now we've got my NFC game of the month up on there for the NFL. Undefeated in the NFL last week. I only had one play that qualified, and it was a winner. I've got that up there right now, and as the week goes on, I'll continue to put up more football plays. And hey, it's baseball playoff season, so if there's any qualifying baseball plays, those will be up too, and you can grab those over at WagerTalk.
All righty, and let's get on. Who do you like for this game, or do you like the over, the under? I'm kind of leaning the under here.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. Auburn's one of those teams that is still ranked, and I don't think they deserve it. Bo Nix has been a quarterback that was highly hyped when he went to Auburn, and I've watched him play. I just don't see it. He's very good when he's out of the pocket and he's on his own, and he can improvise a little bit. I think that's when he has a lot of his success, but you can't always do that. And I haven't been impressed with this Auburn offense. In fact, Auburn on the season has played a 14-spot tougher schedule, and they got a 6.4 points per game advantage, and that's for South Carolina. So even though South Carolina's played the easier schedule, they've done a little bit better with it. When you compare the yards per game differentials, the Gamecocks are at 159.7 yard advantage. So they've taken advantage of the teams that they've played, and they've done well. I think Auburn to be a road favorite here at this point, at least over the key number of 3. I don't see it here. I like South Carolina Gamecocks are a team that I think is on the rise, where I think Auburn's on the tail end of this run that they've been on. So I'll take the points here with the Gamecocks.
Love it. All right, Tony, before we get into it, can you explain what packages or best bets you have up on wagertalk.com right now?
Well, you're always going to find baseball, at least for the most part, for the next couple of weeks through the ALCS and then NLCS, through the championship series of both leagues. And then, of course, we'll have the Fall Classic World Series, and I hope to be involved in that. You can still get some – I'm sure if you write – the Detroit office that you can get some package deals on baseball from Brian or myself. I have football, both college and NFL, ready and available on a Tuesday night, it's earlier than I've had it all year. And you guys have already talked, this is a different year. It's a different time. Things are different, and that applies to the college football we're getting ready to talk about too.
All righty. And what are your thoughts on Auburn at South Carolina? Auburn being favored by 3.5 points.
Well, you guys really, I think you hit good points, both of you, when you talked about this being old school game. This is going to be an old school at Williams-Brice on the Williams-Brice turf. And the matchup features two teams that with two coaches that value defense and toughness, and the old school applies to this because this is no longer it's just no longer defense wins championships. When you see what Bama and Ole Miss did to the grass in the stadium last weekend, it didn't look anything like a Bear Bryant or maybe even 10 years ago a Nick Saban defense. So do we credit that to Ole Miss and that rivalry, or we talk about Knicks and Auburn? I listen. There's a lot of talk. Been a lot of talk. I had people calling during this Auburn game, just not understanding why Auburn looked so porous, why they looked so distracted, dysfunctional. And I still would like to say, although we're 6-7 weeks into the college campaign, this is still not the college football that we're going to see hopefully next year or the year after that. And that is that tackling is abysmal. And we've seen that in most games. In this game, these are two teams that I think time of possession wins this game. I think the line's about right. There's a little shade, I think, to Auburn, and for good reason. Them giving 3.5 on the road. But the total of 51.5 in this game, I think is a good number to go south of. Control tempo, control clock. The team, really the deciding factor in the final score here be who owns time of possession in this game. They win this game, and regardless, I think it comes in south, again, of the odds makers' closing total.
All righty, guys. That was Tony Finn and Brian Leonard. You guys can take $25 off any Tony Finn and Brian Leonard package 3 days or longer using coupon code TB25 when checking out. Thank you, guys.